In the last video, I diagnosed my charging issue, and it looked like the alternator belts were slipping. So in this video, I'm replacing them. First, I slackened off the 12mm clamping bolt on the alternator tensioner. Then use a 10mm ratchet spanner to loosen the tensioner adjusting bolt. You want to back the adjustable almost all the way out. That allows the alternator to move fully inward and gives you enough slack to remove the belts easily. The alternator pivots from the top once everything is loose. Mine was still a bit tight, so I gently persuaded it inward using a bar. Once the tension was off, I still struggled with access, so I decided to remove the air conditioning pump. That meant removing 4 bolts using 12mm sockets and spanners. Once that was moved out of the way, access to the belts was much easier. I also highlighted the alternator bolt here. Here are the old belts. They were polished, cracked and heavily worn. I also think they may have been the wrong size profile, unless they simply worn that badly over time. To fit the new belts, carefully feed them around the cooling fan one at a time. Then route them around the pulleys. I fitted them around the engine and water pump first, then over the alternator pulley last. No tools needed here if you removed enough tension properly. After that, I refitted the aircon pump. I added a small amount of copper grease to the threads to help prevent future seizure. I was planning to replace the air conditioning belt too, but the tensioner pulley nut was seized solid. I also damaged the adjustable trying to free it, so that's now a job for another day. Next, I retensioned the alternator belt using the 10mm ratchet spanner, then tightened the clamping bolt back up with the 12mm socket. When checking belt tension, make sure they're tight enough not to slip, but not so tight that you damage bearings. A good rule of thumb is being able to twist the belt around 90 degrees. Finally, I used my TOPDON BT200 again to verify the repair. This time the alternator was charging properly, and that confirmed the issue was fixed. Problem solved.